Hello, how's it going? Now our mic's coming through. What's up, everybody? How's it going? I'm alive, and you're live, and it's 3:30 in the afternoon, and Priscilla went around to go get Caroline, so I thought I'd get on live real quick, and try and knock out just a little bit of video. It looks like things are working. Looks like the stream health is going all right, and the audio is coming through okay, and that's all good. So let's go over here and see what we can see. Hopefully audio is going to come through just fine, I'm sure. Let's do a little YouTube roulette. All right, let's see if we can find something interesting to watch right now. All right, there's a whole lot going on with Red Note.
There's DIY.
And so let's get caught up.
And there's doing
been paying
it
attention, have you?
yourself.
I haven't been. I know you haven't. You haven't. I haven't been. All right.
Your slang, 6 or 666 or 666 means like super awesome, so funny, love it, right? Like good. It's extra hilarious to us Americans because 666 in the US is known as the mark of the beast.
Since we've migrated over to Red Note, we've learned so many amazing things about China. The food quality, the advanced technology, even the fact that they don't pay any taxes. Like, what?
When Chinese people see footage of the homelessness in America, like what our streets look like, they think that the footage is fake because they literally cannot conceptualize how much homelessness is going on here. When they see the footage, some of these comments are saying, why don't they just go home? Is it comfortable to sleep on the street or something?
Some English name has terrible meanings in Chinese. See if your name is among them. Number 1, Ben sounds like a Ben in Chinese, means stupid.
Oh, stupid Ben. Oh, poor Ben.
Americans and Chinese are experiencing profound cultural shocks and clashes as they explore each other's worlds through the Red Note app. This platform, which bridges the gap between these two vastly different societies, has become a hotspot for cultural exchange, misunderstandings, and revelations. Through Red Note, Americans are discovering a modern dynamic China that challenges traditional stereotypes, while Chinese users are coming to terms with the reality that American life isn't always the Hollywood dream.
They don't get it.
So, I thought about that. Like, yeah, so China is recognizing that Americans aren't what they see in the films, and then Americans who didn't know that China was a well-developed first world country, I guess, are finding out that they have a lot of cool stuff over there that we just don't have. Healthcare being one of them, right? So, pretty interesting. But I've also thought about the cool thing that like Chinese culture has been a part of American culture for a long time, for a couple centuries. So, we have a strong Chinese influence in American culture, I would say.
Chinese people have found out that some Americans end up selling their blood or plasma to make a little bit more money to be able to pay their bills. It made them emotional because they can't conceptualize how a government could allow their citizens to have to sell their own blood to be able to afford their lives.
Yeah, see, Americans don't even think of it that way, that the government allows us to have to do that or that, right? I mean, Americans don't even think of it that way. It's just necessity, right? Yeah, donating blood or selling plasma. I don't know of a whole lot of selling blood, but selling plasma is definitely a big thing. Man, those places are always busy here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, that's for sure.
The homelessness
Hey, by the way, comment down below. Let me know. Do you guys have Red Note? Let me know if you have Red Note already, if you're using it, what you think about it. Should I get it? Because I was thinking about trying it out. I only teased around with TikTok one time, and I got guidelined on my first video that I posted there, so I didn't give a crap after that, but also, have you ever sold plasma? Have you ever donated? Well, anyways, it's tough out there. It's just America. We're just used to this stuff.
in China is only 0.18%. 95% of Chinese people are homeowners. The poor people in China do not have to pay taxes because they still want poor people to have food and shelter.
The interactions highlight both the stark contrast.
America doesn't care, huh? Like, pay taxes. pay more taxes. There's a whole homeless industry. What is it? Homeless industrial complex, as it's referred to. Companies that make money off of charitable things having to do with the homeless, but then never actually do enough to really help or solve the problems, you know?
And unexpected similarities between their lifestyles, values, and traditions.
Americans commented on some posts being like, is it actually true that thousands of you guys work in sweatshops to be able to make really cheap clothing for us in the United States, and you have to like live and work out of these sweatshops for no money? The comments back were that they were emotional because they
stupid commercials.
I've been working on my fitness, in my zone, yeah, I'm minding my business.
They couldn't believe that Americans actually believed that. It's not true.
Oh, really?
They're clearly comfortable posting their...
So we're still hung up on that old stereotype. I mean, I thought it too. So sweatshop's not a thing anymore? Wow. That's probably just a big stereotype we have like left over from the 80s or something. Wow. No sweatshops. We think they're all over there working in sweatshops, and they're like, no.
Children online because they're not worried about what perverted men will do if they see videos of their children online. The way that Americans have been shown that life in China looks like basically living in an overpopulated slum. So wrong.
You mean so it's not like Kung Fu Hustle? I thought everybody lived in big tenement homes like in Kung Fu Hustle. That movie rules, by the way, if you've never seen it.
Are stunning. Their homes are stunning.
Ooh.
And they're affordable.
And 95% of their population owns a home. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Wow. Hey, y'all, please like, share, and subscribe. If you haven't already, click that button. And let me know if you own a home, how hard it's going to be to own a home if you're renting. Yeah, Americans, we're used to renting and all that stuff, man.
Into a new world has been both eye-opening and surprising for Americans on Red Note, as they encounter cultural nuances and perspectives vastly different from their own.
Americans have also been told that Chinese people don't like Americans and that American people shouldn't like Chinese people. We have never been welcomed with open arms more so. They are so kind. The comment sections under videos that would get obliterated in the United States of people bullying the creator, filling their comment sections with judgment, polar opposite. On Red Note, the people commenting are cheering people on, being supportive, being kind, and spreading more positivity.
Wow, that's something. Let me know in the comments below. Do you guys think is bullying just an American thing? I mean, we are in many ways the world's bullies, you know, our army, our military, our government. Is bullying just the attitude and all that stuff and like online clowning and harassment? Is that an American thing? Do Brits do it? Do other cultures do it? When I'm playing chess and I'm chatting with people online, I do have some smack talkers from other countries. I find it hard to believe that it's only Americans that are like buttholes online, but well, let's finish this one off if we can.
Centers for after women give birth in China, where the women and the baby stay in the facility for a month. They have a 24/7 nanny. A chef makes them 3 meals a day and 3 snacks a day.
All right, I just want to hear somebody else.
Experiences have been quite the opposite.
Chinese people used to believe that American people are ignorant troublemakers, causing chaos, hatred across the world.
Hey,
but now because of the random invasion.
Hey, let's be honest. We are.
We're wondering, like, where are those assholes? Do they just stand as the nice people and leave the bad guys at home or something?
Yeah.
Well, I think basically Chinese people and American people are very similar. We're no different from each other, you know.
Many have encountered.
That's the big thing, man. That's what they didn't want us to find out, isn't it? That's what they didn't want us to find out. Hey, we're all alike, except that
Americans
they got shit
with
a lot
positive
better.
vibes and uplifting energies. Individuals who focus on building connections and fostering a sense of unity rather than spreading discord. These surprising interactions have challenged stereotypes, offering a fresh perspective on American value.
Okay, our AI editor that put this video together is reusing a lot of footage, and I find that So,
Disney's
right,
Mufasa the Lion King is a dazzling musical.
Let's go on to something else. Man, oh man, I want to get it. I'm gonna get Red Note. Okay, I'm gonna try it out. If y'all don't want to, I'll let you know. Shit, lost my mouse. Gotta get my monitor situation a little sussed out better here. All right, so on to something else. We could just play roulette all day because I got a great feed. Except, sometimes my son stuff. So if you guys don't watch Johnny G's Vinyl Treasure, let me just show you this real quick. Johnny G is the man. Johnny G's Final Treasure Show.
Walk anytime with me. Your days may be stormy, and tears may fill your eyes.
So yeah, this is Johnny G's Vinyl Treasure Show. He plays 45s from the 40s and 50s, and I heard him playing some 60s stuff recently. And I've started copying in this. This is so cool, and I was like, man, this is envious. I'm envious. So I've started playing some records in the mornings on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You can catch me spinning some old school blues records, jazz, soul. Look at that, man. The Checkers. He's got so much cool stuff. And yeah, this radio station where I work, they got a whole bunch of cool records. So I've been spinning some of those, spinning some of my own stuff. But if you're not already subscribed and following Johnny G's Vinyl Treasure, check that out. All right, I just wanted to show you that real quick.
Walk anytime with me. We all
so cool. Okay, here's a dude making my own water. Is this going to be vile? Should I? No, yeah. Let's not. We're not taking the bait on that one. That sounds like a joke. This is the type of stuff my son watches. We watch a lot of video guys who make, engineer cool, crazy stuff. Savvy is about to be live. If y'all aren't following Savvy, you need to be. Okay, here we go. Let's do What Revolution Will Not Be Televised by Gil Scott-Heron. Everybody needs to be hearing this if you haven't already. There's some dumb Elon stuff. I don't want to even take the bait. But look here, this dude. This guy's also really cool. Old Me Living Better. This one right here, very cool. Video creator. That's a baby boomer dude, just doing the dang thing. So let's watch Gil Scott-Heron. This is super important, and it just came up.
I was wondering about our yesterdays and digging through the rubble, and to say the least, somebody went to a hell of a lot of trouble to make sure that when we looked things up, we wouldn't fare too well, and we would come up with totally unreliable pictures of ourselves. But I've compiled what few facts I could.
This is a compilation of various performances of the poem, but laid out so that it's actually in the flow of the poem. And dig what he's saying.
Such as they are, to see if we could find out a little bit of something, and this is what I got so far. First, white folks discovered Africa. They claimed it fair and square. Cecil Rhodes couldn't have been robbing nobody because, hell, there wasn't nobody there. And white folks brought all the civilization because there wasn't none around. How could the folks be civilized when wasn't nobody writing nothing down?
The same thing in Turtle Island, Native America. Same thing.
And just to prove all of their suspicions, well, didn't take too long. They found out that there were whole tribes of people in plain sight running around with no clothes on. That's right. The men, the women, the young, and the old righteous folks covered their eyes, and no time was spent.
Okay, that was kind of funny, him talking to the statue guy, the wax figure, like he's part of the conversation.
The environment, hell no, this just wasn't civilized. And another piece of information they had, or at least this is what we were taught, is that unlike the civilized people of Europe, these tribal units actually fought. And yes, there was some crude implements, and yes, there was primitive art, and yes, they were masters of hunting and fishing, and courtesy came from the heart. And yes, there was love and medicine, religion, intertribal communication by drum, but no paper, no pencils, and no other utensils, and hell, these folks never even heard of a gun. And this is why the colonies came, to stabilize the land.
Damn.
Because the dark continent had copper and gold, and the discoverers had themselves a plan. They would discover all the places with promise. You didn't need no titles and deeds. Then they would appoint people to make everything legal, to sanction the trickery and greed. And back in the jungle, when the natives got restless, they would call it guerrilla attack. And they would never describe that the folks finally got wise and decided that they would fight back.
Hi,
And
we're
still,
live.
we are victims of word games. Semantics is always a bitch. Places once referred to as underdeveloped are now called mineral rich. And the game goes on eternally, unity kept just beyond reach. Egypt and Libya used to be in Africa. They've now been moved to the Middle East. There are examples galore, I assure you. But if interpreting were left up to me, I'd be sure every time folks knew this version wasn't mine, which is why it is called his story.
Yeah, man. That was not the revolution will not be televised. That was his story. So that little title was a little misleading there. But we'll watch the revolution another day. It's really great, but I could tell kind of as we were getting into it, there's not the revolution will not be televised because that has music to it. So if you've not dug on Gil Scott-Heron, you need to. The voice of an era, definitely our Black Panthers era. Gil Scott-Heron was a force, and definitely taught a lot of people, you know. He also did Whitey Goes to the Moon. That's another great one you got to listen to. Well, guys, I got to go pick up the kids from school. I just wanted to get on here and live stream real quick and play a couple videos and watch them with you. Peace out, Gen X Reacts. Please like, share, and subscribe, and click this other video here. Watch one of these other reactions. And tune in tomorrow. We'll do some more. Peace out.